I choose the right one?
Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Aloha. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this little piece of paradise I call the Lone Star Hawaiian Garage. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Guys, today we are back with the Silverado. In the last few videos, we've done a lot of great work on the Charger. We've done a full paint correction, a full ceramic coat. It is day 33 of quarantine. Yes, we've been somewhat productive, but this Charger, this black, has never looked better ever. This is an entire week later of driving. We've been driving this for an entire week, and guys, it still looks phenomenal. Full paint correction, full ceramic coat. Look at that gloss, look at that shine and reflection. It is absolutely gorgeous. And in that video, a lot of great comments, but one of the continuing, call it challenges, was to do the same thing on the Silverado. So this is a 2007 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. 13 years old now, which means my paint is 13 years old as well. We've done one session of buffing slash paint correction, call it. It was one of my first videos I ever did on the channel, and it was probably 3 years ago now. So 3 years ago, this paint was buffed out, looked phenomenal, but back then I really had no idea what ceramic coats were, what top coat was, what detailing was all about. So there's no protective coat that went on top of the paint correction. So with that being said, we are 3 years of kind of it needs some loving. So, challenge accepted, guys. It's time to make this 13-year-old paint on my Silverado look brand new once again. Kind of like that. All right, so let's take a quick look at our current condition of our paint. You know, it's not bad for a 13-year-old pickup here, because I do, take pride in taking care of my vehicles, but I have learned over the course of this, call it YouTube shenanigans I've been doing, a heck of a lot about detailing vehicles. So with that being said, most of the paint's in relatively good condition. There is quite a few little, call it hairline scratches. We did ship this thing all the way from the island of Oahu here to North Texas. So that big, massive shipment trip did take a toll a little bit on some of the paint. We got some rock chips, we got some scuff marks, some hard water spots, but nothing too bad that we can't get out. This thing will look phenomenal when we're all finished. I promise you that. So step number one in this process, guys, if this is your first time seeing somewhat of a paint correction and ceramic coat, clean it up. Guys, truck is nice and clean now. It's time to pull it in to Paradise Cove. Sorry, Charger, you are being dismissed. As you saw in the last video, we did remove this ugly trim. To be honest, I have no idea where I left off at all, but the trim's gone now. The trim's on the floor and the paint on the other side's all screwed up. But guys, the trim's gone and it looks so incredibly good. I'm not gonna go into detail because you guys saw the last video, but now we're back to the paint correction portion because this thing needs it. We're gonna do a clay bar first, hit it with the buffing pads, hopefully just the blue pad. That blue compound pad is gonna take care of this. We'll hit it once to the compound pad, and then we'll get to the ceramic coat. This thing is getting way too much attention for an old 2007 pickup truck. But we're giving it lots of love and attention because we do, in fact, love it. So clay bar, and then buff the crap out of it. Ready, set, go. Now I realize that some of you out there might not know what clay barring is. To be completely honest, I didn't know what clay barring was when I started really doing these YouTube videos and understanding how to really detail cars. What clay barring is literally using a piece of clay and wiping down your car with it, and this picks up all the dirt and grime that you might have missed with a normal wash. Now, the process in which I use, this is literally a clay bar kit I bought from Walmart. What it came with was a big clay bar and a Meguiar's detail spray. So with a detail spray, you would spray on the car, and then you use the clay bar to wipe it, and what the clay bar would do is actually pick up all that nasty stuff out of the paint you would have missed doing a regular wash. So I'm out of the Meguiar's, so we have chemical guys, quick detailer. You can use really any kind of lubricant for this. I know a lot of guys use soap and water. I use detail spray. So we're gonna spray it on here. Let's do a nice light coat. Grab our clay bar. Again, this is a malleable piece of clay bar, relatively soft, but we're gonna get it on there. Get some of that liquid on to make sure you're not rubbing it without any kind of lubrication. And you're just gonna wipe back and forth, and you can hear the areas really where it's picking up stuff. And I'll pull off the clay bar here in a second, and you'll probably see a lot of nasty dirt on the clay bar. So just that small section, and there you go. That entire dark area was all dirt. It just picked up off the paint. So an important part of this process is in fact hitting with the clay bar before you go and polish, because all that stuff would have been on the paint when I began to polish. The pad would have picked it up, and I need to use the pad for the entire truck, and it's not good to drag along all that dirt as you're buffing out your clear coat. So step one, clay bar. All right guys, the clay bar is all complete, and to be honest, it pulled out a lot of imperfections out of this clear coat that I did not expect. The side of the truck is all pretty much pristine. It looks great like it did after I did the paint correction the first time. The issues are here on the hood. You might not be able to see it in the GoPro. You actually might. You see a lot of the Hardwater spots. The hood, probably the top of the bed there, and some other minor areas it's gonna need some extra love. And this is gonna be a lot easier than I thought, except the fact that this is a massive vehicle. There's a lot of metal to cover. So we have a lot of work to do. Let's get to it.
Dream big, 'cause boy, you're gonna make it. Stand tall, there's a higher road to take it. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery. Yeah. I've been in the darkness for 40 days. I've been searching for holy flames, a sign to light up the way. So can you help me out?
All right, we've been working on this hood for I don't know how long now. And the reason for that, I've gone between a few different pads. If you might see in the time lapse, we have our original compound pad and I have my microfiber cutting pad. Now, what I realized is this hood has some deep scratches that I actually didn't get out the first time I did this paint correction. So it was kind of still within that clear coat. And since I am gonna ceramic coat this, I don't wanna trap scratches within the ceramic coat. It just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna take my time and do it right, get all the scratches out I can, and then ceramic coat. So to do that, I had to go back to my microfiber cutting pad. And actually this Adams compound is really good for, you know, buffing out some light swirl marks, but for scratches, I don't think the compound is there. So I'm actually pulling out some old Chemical Guys V36. So I had some V34 I ran out. This is V36, which is the next step up, but it's working just fine, just taking a lot of time. So I have a microfiber cutting pad. One little key and nugget I actually figured out was take a wire brush and between applications, basically just go over the top of the microfiber cutting pad and clean it out a bit, because as you see there, it pulls all those pieces of material back up so it's not compacted on there, so you can apply the next round and get back to cutting. Okay, so we have a little bit more to do on the hood. The side's gonna be much easier. For the deeper scratches, I'll grab the cutting pad, but for the majority, I think 99% of it will be back with the compound pad.
For holy flame.
Okay, let's keep going.
A sign to light up the way. So can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been more certain of truth before. I've been called a righteous man.
All right, guys, we're moving along on this, and I didn't get a chance to talk about this last time, but these Adams compound pads, this blue pad, I've done one full vehicle with this. This is the second vehicle I've done, and I didn't talk about how well this thing disperses heat. It's about 90 degrees outside, about 80 degrees in the garage, and I just did that entire panel, the entire bed, without stopping, which probably isn't the best idea because the pad heats up. And I will tell you, I was filling the pad as I was going just to check, and it did not heat up in the least bit. This disperses heat so incredibly well. The Adams compound is a great pad just for generic polishing. You really don't need to worry about cutting too deep, but that's done. We're gonna do the cab, the fender, and I'll probably go back around one more time just to double check if I missed any scratches. I'll use the cutting pad to cut those out. Once that's done, we're gonna grab the white pad and use the polish this out. Man, this truck is looking, this is 13 years old. It's a 13-year-old truck. It's looking this good, besides that, but that's gonna be, I'm gonna deal with that later.
So can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been
Guys,
scared
wow.
to look in my
Like, I honestly can say that I think the truck's paint is in better condition and looks better at this moment than the Charger, which is like 12 years newer. 12. No, 10 years. Anyways, this is pretty much a new car, and I just did the paint correction, did the ceramic coat, and it looks phenomenal. But comparing it to a 13-year-old truck, I don't know if it's just the build quality of General Motors versus Chrysler. I will say the build quality of Chrysler powertrain is beautiful. Fitment and finish, horrible. Like panel gaps, horrible. But when you come to a Chevrolet General Motors, I know it depends on the year of the truck and generation of the truck. Guys, this paint looks phenomenal. Look at this. Like, seriously, there's no other really way you can put it. The orange peel is pretty much completely gone. There's zero orange peel on several of these panels. The lights from the garage are just shimmering off of the surface, and we have not put the ceramic coat on yet. This is essentially compound and polish on 13-year-old paint. If you want your old truck to look like new, this is exactly what you do, guys. Clay bar, compound, polish, sore thumbs, sore hands, lots of sweat, but it's totally worth it. All right, we're gonna pull this thing out in the sunlight, get you guys a little glimpse at this thing shimmering in the, actually it's almost dark now, but anyways, you'll get the point in a second.
Construction rush through barricades, levitate, got it tatted on me, told them follow me, they see the vision, now it's 2020, clear as tile, Lexus, clear as day, no longer move around in fear, disarray, pray you hear me like the winter wind against your window pane, feel the bass, baby soak it in and let it marinate, it's time to hustle, gotta muscle up and run through barricades, yeah.
Well, we got quite the mess to clean up. Yeah, that's all the residue from the compounds, and yeah, it's all over the place. We got a bit of cleaning up to do, guys, but I cannot be more just surprised. Just plainly surprised at how good this truck looks. Guys, look at this thing. I cannot believe how much of that crap came out. And those scratches that I kept going back and back and back again to try to get out, I actually got most of them out, surprisingly enough. I really can't believe it. We just got tape up here because I am going to do a ceramic coat on this thing. Actually, I might take the tape off for now because we got one more project to do before we tackle the ceramic coat. I know I initially said we'd probably do it in today's video. We're not going to do it in today's video because of this mishap right here. We got to take care of this crap. And I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but that idea hasn't arrived yet. It's going to be epic. I promise you that. I have a design, and now I'm not going to tell you. I'm telling you too much already. Just stay tuned for our next video because it's going to be epic. This Silverado, which already looks really unique running down the road because there's no other Silverado like it, is going to be even more unique here coming soon. It'll give you some ideas for potentially what you can do to your trucks out there, because I know that's a big part of this channel. I cannot believe how shiny this thing is. I mentioned before it was a challenge to give the Silverado some love and attention that the Charger got, to try to make it shine as good as that or better. And I'll tell you right now, it's better. It's so incredibly better. This thing is a complete mirror right now. The Hardwater spots, everything is gone. No Hardwater spots, hardly any scratches left. But that's a truck. But guys, this is a 13-year-old pickup truck. 13-year-old paint, 13-year-old clear coat, and an old man feeling like an old man polishing it out. Oh my goodness. I highly encourage you guys, if you have an old pickup, I dare you to see what kind of shine you can get out of that paint. I guarantee you it's going to look pretty good if you put some love and tender care into it. I'll tell you right now, this is by far paid for itself in an investment. Torque X orbital polisher. It wasn't that expensive, and this is probably the 6th job I've done in polishing. And guys, I'm pretty rough on that tool. It goes for a very long time. We are probably 8 hours into this, and yeah, that was well worth it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know you've been asking for more Silverado content. I promise there's more coming, but it is getting a little bit late, and before it gets too dark, I'm gonna go hang out with the little guy in the backyard, so y'all are going away. But we'll see you in a few days, for the next video. Until then, y'all take care and aloha. And what we have adding to the garage, did I choose the right one?
Yes.